We're really excited. We have Annie Agar joining us right now. You can see her on the stream, on the TV show. Annie, what's going on? Thank you for joining us.
Of course, you guys.
Dude, so when we got the list of like possible guests, I was really excited to talk to you because I've followed you on Instagram, and the football content you make is so funny, and I feel like it's been like Big Ten driven, and then college football, and now NFL. How did you get started in this world?
Yeah, so the first video was the Big Ten video, and it all started during COVID. I was working in local news at the time, and anybody that worked in local news, it's a grind, right? Like you're covering high school sports. Oh, man, it is a grind. So that all stopped, which was the first time I hadn't worked in a long time because of COVID. There was no sports, so we weren't covering anything. So I had no money. I'd moved back home with my parents. I was in my childhood bedroom, and I got on TikTok, as most of us did during COVID, and I thought, let me just do this meeting video on if the Big Ten was trying to get football up and running again. And I didn't have a script. I just went off the kind of the stereotypes that I knew about the Big Ten because I grew up in that territory. And I, did a roast kind of format, and overnight it got 3 million views.
Damn.
And I think it was because people needed that comedic little relief, hopefully, during that time, because nobody was talking. Like, we weren't talking about the spring games because nothing was going on.
I was just doing happy hours.
Yeah.
On Zoom.
We were all drinking. That's what we were doing. We needed a little.
There was a lot of booze during COVID.
A lot of booze.
Not much else to do.
Has that slowed down since? Nope, not really.
A lot of booze and a lot of COVID babies. Funny how those two things go hand in hand.
Wild how that works, isn't it?
But, I mean, you have exploded now. Like, I feel like you're doing NFL, college football, but I just was looking at your Instagram. You got, like, a partnership with Silverado Trucks, like all sorts of stuff. What has kind of been the coolest moment? I mean, if you're saying it started during COVID, it's only 5 years of a really meteoric rise. Like, what has kind of been the coolest parts?
That's what's been wild, too, is trying to keep it going because, you can be a one-and-done type thing on social media, and it's great, and social media is great for that, but I want to make sure I keep bringing the same content to people. Probably the coolest thing, and this is like a personal story, but I love, so my brother, as people know, if they follow me on social media, I post about my brother. He has disability, cerebral palsy, and he's the biggest Lions fan, so everybody has their flaws. I am a Packers fan. I'm a diehard Packers fan, and I brought him.
Enjoyed that game.
I brought him to Lions-Packers. This was 2 years ago, maybe, and the Packers were gracious enough to get us on the field, and I've never seen him so happy, and it was when Detroit beat us. It was like 31, I don't remember.
Oh, he rubbed it in, didn't he?
He was screaming in my ear, and as awful as it was for me, it was awesome to see that for him.
That's cool.
Stuff like that's really cool that I get to do with this job. It's wild to me.
But as you said, it's a grind.
It is a grind.
And I think with like a lot of people, everyone see like things you've done and other people do, and they automatically assume, oh, it's going to just happen for me.
Yeah.
So they go out and they do one thing, and then they either quit or they don't do enough. Tell them how you have to continue and be consistent with it.
Oh, absolutely. Social media, and I make fun of it because the whole influencer content creator thing. There are so many other people that have harder jobs out there, I know. But being a content creator, you don't get a day off because if you take a day off, somebody else is doing that content. So you got to stay on top of things, especially in the NFL. Like, there's news every single day. So I research for probably 7-8 hours on Monday before I shoot the video for 3 or 4, and then there's another 10 to 12 hours of editing. Like, it is a grind. I would never complain about it because I know there are harder jobs out there. It just is. Like, if you want it, you gotta go after it.
Do you have, like, a rival? Like, is there somebody you don't like that is trying to rip your stuff off?
That's a great – nobody's ever asked me that question. No. What's
we got to
really
get
cool,
you a rival.
Well, any U of M fan, I'll say they're any U of M creators out there, screw you guys.
Listen, they're having a tough run right now.
You got to agitate, too.
I hate U of M. I hate U of M. They're
So are you enjoying the last 48 hours?
Well, enjoying is a strong word.
That's a weird situation.
And I'm so glad I didn't. I was going to make, a joke about the whole cheating scandal thing and all that, and then all this other stuff kept getting worse, and now I just feel so bad for his family. Like, that
was
just
ugly.
a mess.
Yeah,
and then you don't know what's true and what's not, and all this weird stuff's on social media. So
you got to wait.
Jeez, but I just kept getting worse. I couldn't believe it.
That's bad.
Isn't that the part of it now, like with society, how things are, AI and all that?
Yeah.
When something happened, I know people want to jump. A lot of times you got to say, well, let me wait and see.
That is
because you see some stuff pop up every day, and I'm like,
that is a great.
It's not real.
That's the best thing my parents ever taught me is, first of all, everything you put on social media, it's on a billboard. So you got to make sure what you want out there is really like you want the world to see it. But instead of reacting, because everybody now, everything's so instant on social media, everybody just reacts.
You feel like you have to get a takeoff.
Right,
you
because
have to
everybody
reply.
else is doing it.
Yeah.
But if you just sit back a second, sometimes that's It's really hard to do, though.
Right. We'll save you.
It's really hard to do.
We're talking with Annie Agar here at Radio Row, USAA, bringing it all together for the Army-Navy game. What's your involvement with USAA? What got you here?
Yeah, so we did a deal with USAA a couple years ago, back when I first started doing the videos, and then I got really heavily involved with I love military, give back, all that kind of stuff. I did some stuff with Black Rifle Coffee Company, and then every year on my birthday, I try to do a little something to give back. I was aligned with the Cubs for a couple years, so the Cubs I'd get a family involved. One year I did it with a family that had a special needs son that's a lot like my brother. And then 2 years ago, I got in touch with a military family who was really struggling financially, and they were trying to move to Florida. He'd been, I think he'd been deployed 3 times. Wow. And just it was in the Navy for 18 years, like served his country, was a great guy. And they were struggling, so I brought them to the Cubs game. They had 2 little boys. Brought them to a Cubs game, got a limo, and got them out to the Cubs game, got them on the field, and then I presented them a check for $15,000. It was so cool. It was so cool.
That's really
cool. So USA, I think, they see the stuff that I post in regards to that and the whole military background, so they brought me out to the game to post some content around it. Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm excited.
I want to get back to the NFL for a second because Brian won a Super Bowl playing for the Redskins. I've covered the Redskins football team, Commanders, for over a decade now. And we're in Washington, and the burgundy and gold kind of are sports in the city, right? And there's the Caps matter, but, like, the football is just the biggest beast around.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like they're so bad right now, you're not even making fun of them.
Somebody said that in one of my last meetings. They were like, where are the Commanders? I'm like, well, first of all, nobody's watching your guys' games right now. Sorry to say. But I mean,
we're aware.
The whole, like, Jaden Daniels playing or not playing, like, we just got to kick the field goal on this season. Let's just, like, punt and move on to next year. Move on to next year.
Yeah. It's
you sound like majority of our fans.
It's rough. Let's focus on the draft. Because what pick do you guys have now? It's pretty low, right?
Yeah, I mean, this week
5 or 7, something like that.
This week it's the 3-10 Commanders against the 2-11 Giants. So this is a big draft
But the good
pick
news
bowl.
is the Giants win meaningless games late in the season all the time.
Yeah.
So Jackson Dart's going to run for 1 million first downs.
Right.
Probably
If he runs, he's going to end up on the sideline.
That man, oh, gosh.
What would you say to him, or what have you said to him maybe in your videos?
I roast him more for, like, the whole
extreme broness.
Yes, he is literally a frat guy on steroids. It's the funniest thing.
The soccer line was
like, dude, you are people's career. Like, people's careers are banking on you being healthy. Mm-hmm. So I get the whole, like, running for, he plays tough football. Okay, well, if you are out for the season, that should cost coaches jobs. And they could be moving their family across the country. So let's stay out of bounds. Let's not try to stay in bounds on those runs.
Quarterbacks don't have to show their toughness in that way.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to be a bonehead.
Get the yard. Like that one run he had, it could have been like 3rd and 2.
Right.
And he went for the first down. 3rd and 2 is very manageable.
Right.
Just get out of bounds.
Last thing for me, I know you're busy. Have you ever gotten, as like a coach or an organization ever, I've gotten calls, right? Like when they get mad at me, your platform is so large and you're doing comedy where you're openly making fun of these people. What is like the angriest coach or PR call you've gotten?
Which is really awkward because when I meet them in person, I'm like, oh, I hope they don't remember what I've said about them in the video. The guys are usually super cool, though. I did something with Jamar Chase and Justin Fields, and Justin looked over and he was like, oh, I know who you are. But he was, like, super cool about it. This is when he was on the Bears. Super cool about it. The meanest probably was Eli Apple. First Super Bowl I went to, I posted it was Bengals Rams. Yeah. If you remember the game, so I posted a picture of me at my first Super Bowl, and I said I had a great time providing coverage at my first Super Bowl, unlike Eli Apple. And that did not go over well with his mom. His mom came at me, and he came at me, and everybody knows too, he like talked back too.
Right, she goes at everybody.
Oh yeah, it was mean. It was so brutal. So that was my first taste of these people don't like
I always tell people, when you have a platform like you do, why go after that?
I know.
Because you can destroy them.
Yeah.
They can't win. Like a lot of people call into us. I say, we got the mic and the camera.
That's
you can't
a good
beat
point.
Us.
That's a great
we
point.
We can cut you off, and I continue talking.
Yeah.
And I can bring it back and go in there, and you can't have a response.
What's the Benjamin Franklin quote? It's never go to war with somebody that buys ink by the barrel.
There you
know what I mean? Like,
that's a great one. That's a great one.
Man.
Annie, thank you for the time. It's been awesome.
Of course.
Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You guys
you got to sign our football.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's why we have this football. Yeah, dude. Fire away.
Wow.
Thank you so much. We'll be following.
Thank you, guys.